Let's move on to the next question. The question is for you, Jodie, if that's okay. What makes for a good story for the media?
Okay, that's a very big question. So I guess probably what I would say is, there's many elements to it, but at its core is media tells stories to people. So in order to have a good story to tell, it needs to be authentic and it needs to be true. Media are interested in, I think now that with the social media and digital age, we're more connected than ever, and everyone's self-publishing memoirs. People who haven't really done that much in their life are publishing memoirs, but people are telling their own stories constantly. So media are looking to understand what your story is and who you're going to use to tell that story. So, some of the key things that we would say is finding a different perspective on a topical issue is always, is always something that interests media. So we've had a couple of clients. One is a hypnotist who works in the excessive alcohol consumption space, and another one is a matchmaker, an old school matchmaker, and she's fabulous. So she comes out, and when they talk about digital media and being more connected than ever and being lonely, she comes in and poo-poos the idea and says we need to go back to old-fashioned dating and we need to not hit Tinder. And so she stirs up a bit of controversy because she says, well, I've been doing this for 50 years, so I'm successful and I know. She goes against the grain of what's being discussed currently in the media landscape. And so she pops up when everything's bubbling away. She's the one that floats to the very top, and she's the loudest voice because she's going against what everyone else is saying. Equally, our hypnotist client, she talks about excessive alcohol consumption being a symptom of larger problems. She deals with the larger problem, and then she believes you can go back to drinking alcohol in healthy and normal ways. She goes against the grain because a lot of people believe that you're either an alcoholic and you abstain, or you've managed drinking. So there's nothing in between. She offers an in-between scenario, and media are interested to understand that and explore what that means. Obviously, we touched on research. So thinking how you can use research to create a point of difference from your cohort group. So one of the challenges we have is we're constantly working with clients in the lead up to Christmas. Now, in Victoria recently, we've had the lead into the election. Obviously, we're in caretaker mode, but we had a couple of clients that we've worked with who had financial asks in the lead into the election. So they were lobbying the government to try and get money or funding for their particular project and leveraging the media. So in that same time frame, pretty much every organisation was doing the same. Everyone had their hand out knowing that they could heavy hand the government. So we had to work out how, with these clients, we could stand out from the others. Again, talking about Christmas, everyone's doing a Christmas pledge. Everyone's asking for money at Christmas. How do you stand out in that time frame? And things that you can use are the research. So this goes back to a client we're working with at the moment that has data from 10,000 sales from last Christmas that we're fashioning into some stories for them to go to market with, to talk about buyer behaviour and what's resonating with people at Christmas, and who are the most generous people and which is the most generous sex. And we're taking that to media because we believe it's a form of research, and it will help in the cluttered time to stand out from the group. So you've got to remember that media have a lot of people asking them for media coverage at any given time. So sometimes media only read the first 2 lines of an email. So you need to work out how you stand out, what your ask is, and what your point of difference is, because that's what will resonate with them.